It's Stella Grizont from Work Happier Weekly, and I'm so excited to be back live. Last week I was in Florida actually doing the work happiness method for a hospital down there, and I had to offer a recording. So I'm happy to be here, and I hope you guys are doing well. And just the other day, I was having a conversation with a client who is interviewing for a new job within her organization, and she was feeling really confident. Hey! So she was feeling really confident in her ability to just get the job because it was an internal opportunity. And I said, well, wait a minute. Why don't we really think about preparing for this, because it's not in the bag and it would be a big shift for her. And so when I started asking her about the job description and how she met those goals or that experience that was asked in the job description, there's a lot of fumbling around. And so if you're currently looking for a new job or you're interviewing for a job within your organization, and maybe it's something that feels like an easy fit, even if it's an easy fit, it's really important for you to rehearse a few ways that you have been really effective in the ways that this new role is looking for. So what I always ask my clients to do is to have the job description in front of them and look for the attributes or the experience that they are asking for, and then to reflect on your own experience and identify 3 or 4 ways that you can speak about their needs. And so what I'm going to talk you through is called the STAR method, or the STAR technique for interviewing. And STAR stands for situation, task, action, and results. And so what this does is it just really helps you organize all your thoughts, because you obviously know what you've done. But if it's been over a year or 2 years or 3 years, 4 years, or even just a few months, it's easy to forget all the critical details, especially when you're on the spot. And so it's really easy to start to fumble and go out of order, and then you miss something really important, and then you just don't come off as very polished. And we want your delivery to be crisp and tight and wow. So let's talk about the STAR technique. So let's say, for example, an organization is looking for someone who can evangelize a particular process and bring people together. I'm totally making this up on the spot. Probably should have done a STAR technique before doing this live, but let's say that's something that they're looking for. So what you want to then do is go into your resume, or just think back on all the different experiences you've had, and maybe you come up with an example. And so the S that stands for situation is like, what was the event or what was the challenge that came up that enabled you to rise to the occasion, right? So give us the background. So then you would say something like, oh, well, back in 2016, my team was coming up. My team was responsible for sharing design thinking throughout the whole organization. And we were tasked with sharing design thinking because there was a lot of demands on us to innovate and to move much more quickly. And so we needed to get 15,000 employees to understand how to use design thinking and to really start creating some impactful innovations. Again, making this up. So that's the situation. And then the task is, well, what was your particular job, or what was the task that you needed to complete as part of this initiative or as part of the challenge? And so you could say, I was tasked with communicating with all the different departments and enrolling people in training. And so then the A is for action. And so then you want to say, well, what action steps did you take to complete the task? And so what your employer is looking for is understanding how you tackled a challenge, how you problem solve, what was your thinking, how do you go about dealing with challenges. And so then you could say, well, I know that all these departments are busy. They don't care about design thinking. They don't even know what it is, and it would be a really big bother for them. So I came up with a really creative workshop that was really exciting, and I had a whole marketing campaign, an internal marketing campaign, to get the heads of the departments all into one room. And then R is the result. And the result was that in 12 months, we had not only every department enrolled in our design thinking training, but we also were able to come up with 3 new product ideas that we will be rolling out in 2019 as a result of those trainings. So that is kind of how you want to share your experience on a particular job. So what I encourage my clients to do, and again, I'm sorry, my example is totally bad because I'm making it up on the spot, but you want to almost remember each of these points for really impressive moments that you've had in your career so that you can shine and so that you have them, you have the key points memorized. It doesn't have to be word for word, but you know what the points that you need to hit. So again, we're talking about what was the challenge, what was the situation, so you're giving someone the context, what was your particular task that you had to achieve, what action steps did you take in order to complete the task, and what were the results. Now, when you're delivering results, it's really important that you quantify your results as much as possible. So 3 new products. We trained 87 people. We experienced growth by 24%. So I really encourage you to quantify your results as much as possible. And then you can also provide stories or testimonials that you heard people say as a result of the efforts that you were a part of. So I hope that helps. That is my number 1 tip. When it comes to interviewing, you're probably thinking about all these questions they're going to ask you. Well, make sure that you're clear on what is that company's values, what is it that they're looking for in that role, and how can your experience speak to what it is that they're looking for. I hope that was helpful, you guys. And I am, what do I want to say? If you are interested, I'm wondering what I have in store for you that you can be a part of. Well, I just did a Happify webinar last week on how to deal with imposter syndrome. So we will be sending that out tomorrow. If you're not on my newsletter, go to whoopa.com and get on my newsletter so you can get that. And then what else? I'm going to be doing a lot of speaking at different organizations. So I'm doing the Work Happiness Method for a hospital in Florida for Lee Health. I'm going to be working with Steel Partners, with Etsy this month. And then I'm going on vacation to Miami. So that's what I have going on. So sign up for my newsletter if you're not already on it at whoopa.com so I can share with you the free webinar that I did with Happify on how to deal with imposter syndrome if that's something you're experiencing. And if you like this video, please like it, please love it. And if you have tips for how you ace an interview, if there's some things that you do, I would love to hear your tips or your questions. You can leave them in the comments of this video, whether you're seeing it live on Facebook or on YouTube. All right, take care. Good night.